चतुर्विंशः पाठः आगस्ट् मासस्य 13 दिनाङ्कः येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीं विरचिते। ओके, चतुर्थी विभक्तेः कश्चन अभ्यासः आसीत्। सो पाणिनये नमः. Okay, we'll discuss the exercises first and then on to Panchami Vibhakti. So I'm sorry if anybody of you has sent me anything in the last 2 days. You cannot show. It says it is showing screen. What can you see it now? Okay.
Muted.
Oh, yes. I've seen only one person who sent this Padma. If anybody else has sent it, I'm sorry, I've not yet seen it. I'll look at it. We'll just discuss it now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Paninaye namaha. Sure, no problem. I mean, it's fine discussing it here. Just said because I've not been able to check my mails the past couple of days, so I just okay. So Paninaye namaha ityatra नमस्ते स्वाहा सधालं षड्योगाच्च इत्यनेन चतुर्थी विभक्ति नमः शब्देन योगे चतुर्थी. युद्धाय सन्नह्यति. Sannahana kriya. Sannahana is to get ready for war. So sanna is akarmaka kriya. So akarmaka kriyayaha uddeshyamapi sampradanam bhavati iti vartikam asti. Along with the karmanam viprayati sampradanam. So tena vartikena sampradana samya chaturthi sampradane ityanena chaturthi vibhakti. Next one. Ramo Ramanaya Samartha. So alamiti paryaptyartha grahanam, which is the sutra. Alamiti paryaptyartha grahanam is a vartika. Fine. Right. So namasasti swaha swadhalam vashadyogacha iti sutram asti. Tatra alam grahanam asti. Alam grahanam na kevalam alam shabdadhaha apitu paryaptyarthanam grahanam iti vartikam. So because of that, even other words which mean paryapti, that is sartha, prabhu, etc., will govern Chaturthi Vibhakti in their association. Okay. The next one. Ramaha Maharshibhyaha Rakshasamardhanam Pratishrutavan. Anybody? Ramah Maharshibhyah Rakshasamardhanam Pratishrutavan. Correct. Pratyangbhyam Shruvaha Purvasya Karta. So the Maharshis requested Rama to kill the demons and he accepted. So Pratyangbhyam Shruvaha Purvasya Karta. Purvasya nama yachana rupasya pravartana rupasya vyaparasya kartuh sampradana samya. Satyabhama Rukminyai Irshyati. Right.
Unmuted.
Krudha druhershya swayarthanam yamritkopaha irshya अस्ति अतः ईर्ष्यति ईर्ष्य धातोः प्रयोगे यं प्रति कोपः कोपविषयस्य चतुर्थी भक्तिः भवति रामः रावणाय अभ्यक्रुध्यत्
Soumyaji, I had a question here. Should it be Ravanam because it is of the Krudadruho Upasrishtayo karma? Abhi plus Akrudhate, right? So I was thinking, is it the question was wrongly? Did you make a catch for us to say, did we find that out or something like that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
because
that was the
same
intention. Because
okay.
it is not Krudadruhershya Suyarthanam is the instinct answer because it says Abhyakrudyat, but Krudadruhoho Upasrishtayoho karma. Yadi upasarga sahitau bhavatah. If Krudha and Druha are preceded by an upasarga, it gets karma samya. Okay. Yam pratikopaha saha karma bhavati tena कर्मणि द्वितीया इत्यनेन द्वितीया विभक्तिः भवति न तु चतुर्थी रामः रावणम् अभ्यक्रुध्यत्. Yeah, that was the intention of the question. माता पुत्राय ईक्षते. राधीक्ष्योर् यस्य विप्रश्नः राधते ईक्षते. शुभाशुभपर्यालोचनम् इत्यर्थे यदा अनयोः प्रयोगः तदा यस्य विप्रश्नः यस्य विषये विविधः प्रश्नः क्रियते सः सम्प्रदानसमयः भवति. Okay. This should be easy. मह्यं व्याकरणं रोचते. So रुच्यर्थानां प्रीयमाणः. Okay. So प्रीयमाणः अर्थः सम्प्रदानं भवति चतुर्थी सम्प्रदाने इत्यनेन चतुर्थी विभक्तिः. So please remember wherever it is sampradana samnya followed by chaturthi, I mean it is fine for now, but if it is a question asked elsewhere you have to mention chaturthi sampradane because ruchyarthanam priyamanaha will just label it as sampradana. It does not do anything. Vidhisutram tu chaturthi sampradane ityeva sarvatra. राजा अर्थिभ्यः सुवर्णशतं प्रददाति. परिक्रणे सम्प्रदानम् अन्यतरस्याम्. Any other answers? Karmana yamabhipraiti sasampradhanam. So there is no parikrayana here. Parikrayana is hiring. Here the king is just giving 100 coins, gold coins, to whoever is asking for it, to beggars. Okay, so pradadati, danasya kriyaya yam abhipraiti saha sampradhanam. So karmana yam abhipraiti saha sampradhanam ityanena sampradhanatvam chati samane iti. Maybe this was a question to which Shadagopanji answered. Yam dasi maya panchashataya parikrita. Yes, this is parikrayane sampradhanam anyatarasyam. So parikrayana is to hire. So is to hire a dasi for panchashata. The karana will optionally get sampradhana samya. Chaturthi sampradhane ityanena chaturthi vibhakti. Aham pratidinam shalayai yami. Yes. Kriyartha. No. Okay. Yes, Shadagopanji. I guess the question is not for me, so. You want to be unmuted?
Shadagopanji, go ahead.
Yeah, the question to be answered, Ravichandran Salem.
Yes. What was your question? Oh, okay. You sent him. Fine. Oh, that is okay. Sorry. So this thing, aham pratidinam shalayai yami. So what is the answer? Gatyartha karmani. Tritiya chaturthyau cheshtayam anadhvani. Okay. So gatyarthanam karmani. So yami iti gatyarthakah dhatuः gacchami ityarthah. So tasya karma shala karma iva. It is still karma. It is not sampradhanam. It is still karma. Karmanah eva kadachit dvitiya vibhaktiः kadachit chaturthi अस्ति. अतः चतुर्थी विभक्तिः भवति. सः विद्यार्जनाय गुरुकुले वसति. Anybody? Right. Tadarthye chaturthi itvartikena vidyarjanarthah gurukulavasaha. Okay. So because of that we have tadarthye chaturthi. Idam sasyam gobhyo hitam. So hitayoge iti vartikena atra chaturthi vibhakti, because it basically says hitayoge in association with hita we have chaturthi. Aham pushpebhyah udyanam yami. Yes, now it is Kriyarthopadasya Karmani Sthaninaha. So Kriyarthopadasya Karmani Sthaninaha will apply in this. Say for example, the difference between here Shalayai Gachami, Shala is directly the karma. Okay. Now here Pushpa is not the karma for Gamana. It is the karma for an adhyahata kriya, right? So it is a karma for ahatum, which is got by adhyahata, tumunanta, which is got by adhyahara. So the karma for that kriya will get chaturthi vibhakti by this sutra. Okay, so pushpani ahartum ityarthe prayogah tada क्रियार्थोपदस्य स्थानिनः प्रयुज्यमानस्य तुमुनः कर्म पुष्पाणि अतः चतुर्थी विभक्तिः अहं पतञ्जलये नमस्करोमि.
Is it another trick question?
You should tell me what is the answer.
Aham Patanjalim Namaskaromi.
Okay, so that is one answer, correct. So aham Patanjalim Namaskaromi is a valid point if you take it as karma. Okay. So if karma is not my vivaksha, at least not the karma of Namaskara Kriya. But this usage can also be justified. This is not a wrong usage. True. If we say upapada vibhakteः karaka vibhaktirbaliyasi, tada kim namasvaste swaha would be overruled by karmani dvitiya and we will have dvitiya. But I am using chaturthi. Can we justify this usage? Anybody?
You can use a Kriyarthanam thing where you can say the Patanjali Anukulayartham Am Karomi or something like that, and you can say
Namaskar it's
Narasimhaya, same thing.
So
That's what I
Narasimhaya,
said. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
So Kriyarthayam.
So it will be the same thing. Kriyarthopadasya karmani sthaninaha.
Karmani
Patanjalim anukulaytum
Anukulaytum.
some suitable kriya if you take as adhyahara. So then we will have Kriyarthopadasya karmani sthaninaha ityanena chaturthi api bhavitum arhati. Okay, but the better usage is Patanjalim Namaskaromi. This can also be justified. Okay. So in the Karaka Prakarana, it is generally, you need to have a deep knowledge to say something is wrong. Okay? Because there might be something else which applies when there is a change in vivaksha or something else. Okay. So it is wrong to decide if something is wrong or just a different way of putting something. Okay. So it is easier to justify correct usages because then you think of many ways. Vipraha yagaya prasthitaha. Bhavavachana. Tumarthacha bhavavachana. So yashtum prasthitaha ityarthaha. So yaga is a bhave ghai pratyayah. Tumarthe arthat kriyarthayam kriyayam bhavishyati vihitaha. Tuma bhavavachanascha iti sutrena vihitaha. So on that we have chaturthi vibhakti. Sarvebhyah swasti bhujat. So Satyam Namaswasti Swaha इत्यनेन स्वस्ति इति उक्तत्वात् कश्चन विशेषोऽपि अस्ति तत्र विशिष्य चकारः अस्ति. So there is swasti bhuyat iti ashirling. So ashishi vache chaturthi ashishayushya madhrabhadra ityanena shashti api bhavitum arhati kintu swasti ityasya yoge chaturthi eva bhavet iti chakarena jnayate तथांचित् तेनैव सूत्रेण चतुर्थी बाला क्रीडकेभ्यः स्पृहयति. Right. So spruhe रीप्सितः इत्यनेन sampradana samya, where whatever is desired and chaturthi sampradane ityane sampradana. So we were discussing this that day, ipsita and ipsita tama. So it is just a degree of difference in degree of desire. So if you just want something, it will be chaturthi. If you intensely desire something, and that will be karma. Okay, I was looking up about the this ipsita and ipsita tama. So that is just a degree of this is the difference. If you go to Shabda Bodha, there is a difference in how it is put. I mean, they talk about Vishayata and Phalavacheda, etc. But at the superficial level, the difference is just in the intensity of desire. Okay. So what the Phalavachedaka is because of the Shabda Bodha, how you take it, what is the meaning of the dhatu you take, and so on. Okay. So Indraha Devebhyah Prabhuhu. So it's the same thing which we saw earlier. Namasasti swaha swadhalam vashadyogacha atam grahanena paryaptyartha grahanam ataha prabhuhu ityasya yoge api chaturthi bhavati. Devadattah aparikaya sahasram dharayati. Right, it is 1435. Dhare Ruttamanna. Okay. So Ruttamanna, Devadatta owes 1,000 to the shopkeeper. So Avanika has lent him 1,000, so he is the Uttamarana. Dhare prayoge Uttamaranaha sampradana samyaha bhavati. Chaturthi sampradane ityanena chaturthi vibhaktihi. Sita Ramanam pranaya manyate. So manya karmanyanaadare vibhasha pranishu. Right. So anadara tiraskare dyote manya dhatuhu karmanaha vikalpena chaturthi bhavati. It could also see trinam manyate ityapi sadhu. Adharmaha vinashaya kalpate. क्लिपि सम्पद्यमाने च इति वार्तिकेन चतुर्थी विभक्तिः. So परिक्रयण is not, it is just
Muted.
okay, it's a vartika. Yes, sampadhyamane is parinama. So when it is getting converted, when I used it, but now I'm not sure if this is an exactly valid prayoga, because is it parinama or not? I don't know what I was thinking when I said the question, but is it adharma leads to vinasha, or adharma itself is converted to vinasha? I think it is tadatya. So it should have been tadatya. It should be tadatya chaturthi. automatically looking at Kalpate, I put Shruti Sampadhyamanecha, but now that I think about it, I feel it is not, it cannot be Shruti Sampadhyamanecha, because I mean there is a difference between Bhakti Dhyana Kalpate or whatever. So Bhakti itself is converted Jnana, that is the accepted version. So this one, this usage cannot be justified. I mean, the usage is correct, but it is better justified by Tadatya Chaturthi. As far as I can think of it now, I will, if I find something different, I'll let you know. Any questions from Chaturthi Vibhakti? Any comments? अधुना पंचमी विभक्ति आरभ्यते तत्र तु कारकपञ्चमी यत्र कारकं पुरस्कृत्य विभक्तिः विधीयते पंचमी विभक्तेः कारकस्ति अपादानकारकम् ध्रुवमपाये अपादानम् इति सूत्रम् कारकाधिकारे अष्टाध्याय्यां कारकाधिकारे प्रथममिदं सूत्रम् कारके इति प्रथमाध्यायस्य चतुर्थपादस्य. This is not 1.3, this should be 1.4. So Karake is 1.4.23, followed by it immediately he starts with apadana. Okay. So there is a reason why Panini has said apadana anyani karakani badhante, and apadana is always overruled by other karakas. It is the weakest of the karakas. So where there is no other karaka applying, there we have apadana. Okay, so apadanam. ध्रुवम् अपाये अपादानम् परानि सन्ति कारके इत्यधिकारः अपायः विश्लेषः तस्मिन् I cannot see the screen and why is a problem. Okay. Can you see it now? ध्रुवम् अपाये अपादानम्. No. Karaka Panchami. Why? I think Ravichandran ji can see the.
Unmuted.
Yes, now we can see. Somyaji, your connection is too slow today, because even your voice is coming in broken.
Oh.
So maybe it is taking some time for the screen to refresh. From the beginning today, the connection is a little bit slow. So
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
why.
I mean, there have been rains, and so maybe there is a problem with the connection.
So that's why I think it's slow. Thanks.
Muted.
विश्लेषः तस्मिन् साध्ये ध्रुवं नाम अवधिभूतं कारकम् अपादानं स्यात्. Okay, just a second, I'll get my book. Okay, so what does he say? Apayaha vishleshaha. So apaya is not what we have as common. Apaya as danger. I mean, at least that is the connotation which is strikes people who are conversant with Kannada, because it's a very popular word in Kannada. Even though in Sanskrit it has that meaning, but not very frequently used probably. But yes, in other languages it has that connotation. It does not mean danger. It means vishlesha. Apayaha nama vishleshaha. Tasmin sadhe. So when separation is intended, okay, so in Telugu also it means danger. Yeah, that is a very overwhelming connotation in Kannada also. So Sanskrit, that sense is there, not that it is not there, but not exclusively. Okay. So anyway, apayaha vishleshaha is separation. Tasmin sadhye. So when that is the kriya, that is separation is the kriya. Avadhi dhruvam apadanam syad. Dhruvam nama avadhibhutam karakam. So the separation is one thing being separated from the other. Okay, so the Vyakyanakara defines it. So there is one thing which is moving and the other which is avadhi, from what? Separated from what? So that avadhi, the point of separation from which the thing is separated, is called apadana. Okay. So dhruvam apaye iti vyakhyane. Apayavadam vyachashte apayo vishleshaha iti. Viyogaha ityarthaha, to be separated. Sanyoga, opposite of sanyoga, association, is dissociation. Dhruvapadam vyachashte avadhibhutam iti. Dvayoho sanyuktayoho anyatarasya chalanad vishleshaha iti sthitihi. So what is happening? Dvayoho sanyuktayoho, when two things are associated, anyatarasya chalanad, by the movement of one of them, vishleshaha, there is separation. Okay. One of it moves away. Tatra tadrisha chalana anashraya bhutam dhruvam. So that which is not moving, okay, the one which is moving, and the one whose movement is causing the separation will be the karta. Okay, so the other one, that is whose movement, I mean whether it has movement or not, which is not causing, involved in the separating movement. So that thing is dhruva. Dhruva literally means that which is still or stationary. Okay, so here stationary is relative, that is it is not involved in the action of separation. Okay, there is an action which is bringing about that separation, and it is the other thing which is taking up that action, which is the karta, and therefore this becomes the avadhi, the point from which it is separated, or the limit from which it is separated, and therefore tatra tadrisha chalana anashraya bhutam dhruvam tachaiha arthat avadhibhutam vivakshitam. So by meaning we take it as the avadhi. So there is a huge discussion in all texts like Bhashya or Shekara about what exactly is dhruva or what. So but finally this is the thing that they have decided. Apadane panchami iti sutram. Apadane panchami vibhakti bhavati spashtam. So he does not even bother to give a sutrartha, because it's very clear. Anabhite ityadhikaraha anabhite apadane panchami vibhakti. Gramadayati iti udaharanam. Chaitraha ityasti. So now Chaitra was initially in the village. So there was a sanyoga between Chaitra and Grama. Now Chaitra is moving away. So there is a separation. Apayaha nama vishleshaha. Can you hear me? I think there was a break in audio. Hello?
Unmuted.
So many we can hear, just that it's not
So
as clear.
Gramadayati.
It's not as
Gramadayati.
clear as before. That's all.
Chaitraha. In Chaitra, which separates him from the village. Chaitra is the karta.
Muted.
He is involved in the action. He is vyaparashrayatvat karta. Tatra dhruvam, that which is stationary, that is not involved in the moment of that separation. Avadhibhutam, from where he comes, from the village. So tasya gramasya apadana samya tasmat panchami bhakti gramadayati. Vyaparashrayatvat chaitraha karta. Chaitra gramayoho vishleshaha agamanat kriya jayate. There is a separation. Tatra avadhibhutaha gramaha tena tasya apadanatvam. So gramadayati iti व्याख्याने ग्रामादायाति आगच्छति इत्यर्थः कस्मात् इत्याकाङ्क्षा विषयत्वात् ग्रामः अवधिः इति अपादानत्वात् पंचमी. So that is पंचमी विभक्ति. माथुराः पाटलिपुत्रेभ्यः आढ्यतराः इत्यादौ बुद्धिकल्पित विशेष अवधित्वमादाय अपादानत्वम् इति भाष्ये स्पष्टम्. Bhashyakara uses this for each sutra in apadana other than apadane panchami. There are many other sutras which give apadana. Bhashyakara rejects each one of them. He rejects all sutras for apadana other than dhruvamapaya apadana because he uses this technique called buddhikrita apadanatva, separation in mind. Even though there is no actual physical separation, he says there is a separation that takes place in the mind. Bauddham apadanatvam, buddhikrita apadanatvam, where there is a separation happening in your mind. Say an example he gives is Mathuraha Pataliputrekebhyaha Adhyataraha. Mathuraha, that is the citizens of Mathura, are more prosperous. Adhyataraha, more richer or more prosperous than Pataliputrakebhyaha, than the people of Pataliputra. So there Pataliputrakebhyaha ityatra panchami vibhaktihi shruyate, but sutram nasti. Tatra panchami vibhaktim sadhayitum sutram nasti. Tatra kim vadati? There is a buddhikrita apadana. He says in your mind, initially you have two sets of people together, then you separate them and say these are the Mathuras, these are the Pataliputrakas, and there is a reason you separate them because you say one of them is richer than the other. So there, because there is a separation, you are separating out Pataliputrakas from the Mathuras, from the Pataliputrakas because of their richness, and therefore atrapi avadhitvam asti, atrapi apadanatvam, and that is how he justified. That's a beautiful thing. I mean, that is what actually happens if you actually think about it. So Mathuraha Pataliputrakeभ्यः adhyataraha ityadau buddhi kalpita vishesha avadhitvam adaya. So even avadhi, where it is just imaginary, avadhitvam adaya apadanatvam iti bhashye. Okay, so that is one thing. The next he says, Nanu Vishleshanukula Chalana Anashrayabhutam Yat Tadeva Dhruvam iti Vyakhyayata Kim Avadhitva Vivakshaya. So Dikshitar excludes the thing Avadhi, I mean the Dhruva from the Sutrartha. He just says Avadhi, that is from which the separation is happening, the one which is the Avadhi in separation, and he does not say that which is stationary. Okay. Dhruvam nama Chalana anashrayatvam, Chalana rahityam na uchyate. Kimartham? Dhavatah ashva padati ityasti yodaha. The soldier falls from a running horse. Dhavatah ashvat patati. Okay. Now the ashva is not dhruva. In sense, that is, it is not still, right? It is moving. Dhavatah ashvat ityeva asti. So how can you have a panchami here is a question. Apadanatvam katham dhruvatvam nasti iti. Ateva avadhitvam iti vyakyatam. Tadapi asti atra kriyadvayam asti. Even though it might be the running of the horse which has caused his fall. Okay, that is also correct. Okay, so even though the horse itself is the reason for the falling, there are two kriyas here. Okay, patana kriya eka, dhavana kriya eka. Dhavana kriyayam ashwasya kartrutvam asti. Kintu mukhyam yat patana kriya asti tatra ashwasya avadhitvam natu kartrutvam. It is not involved in the vyapara of falling. It is only involved in the action of running. Okay. So you have to separate that. Tada patana kriyayam avadhitvam eva natu kartrutvam. Atah apadana samya. Ashwasya charanashrayatve api. So dhavana kriyayam ashvah karta. Patana kriyayam tu yodha karta. So yodha ashvayoho vishleshaha patana kriyaya jayate. Even though the horse is running and it may, the actual fall is because of the vyapara involved in falling. Okay, that is the pradhana vyapara. Shabdam pradhanyam tasyaiva. Ashwasya swayam chalanashilatvepi vishleshe. In the separation, relative to separation, it is just an avadhi, that is dhruva and not okay. Dhavatah ashvat paratiti vyakhyane ashwasya chalanashrayatve api patanakriyam prati kasmad ityakangsha vishayatva lakshanam avadhitvam na viruddham iti bhavaha. So therefore it is still avadhi, and therefore it is apadana because of dhruvapaye apadanam. Apadane panchami ittanena panchami vibhaktihi bhavati. Karakam kim? So it has to be a karaka, because dhruvam avadhibhutam karakam apadanam bhavati vrikshasya paranam patati ityasti. Tatra kah arthah? Vriksha sambandhi paranam patati ityeva vivaksha. There is no direct relation between vriksha and patana. Okay, there is no, it is not a karaka. Kriya janakatvam na vivakshyate. Tatra vrikshasya patana kriyayam sambandhaha na vivakshyate. Kevalam parnasyaiva sammatah. Paranam patati iti parnasyaiva patana kriyaya sah sambandhaha tacha kartruttvena anveti. Vrikshasya tu patana kriyaya anvayah nasti. Paranena eva anvayah. So a leaf of the tree ityeva arthah. So sambandha matra vivakshayam षष्ठी भवति. शाखास्थे पर्णे भूमिं स्पृशत्यपि वृक्षस्य पर्णं पतति इति प्रयोगः भवति. That is why it's an interesting thing. There is a leaf. वृक्षात् पर्णं पतति इत्युक्ते कः अर्थः? विश्लेषः अस्ति. So there is a separation and the leaf falls to the ground. Now शाखास्थे पर्णे भूमिं स्पृशत्यपि. There is this leaf which is still attached to the branch. Okay, the branch bends down and it touches the ground. शाखास्थे पर्णे भूमिं स्पृशति अपि वृक्षस्य पर्णं पतति इति प्रयोगः भवति. So even in such a case we can have this prayoga, वृक्षस्य पर्णं पतति. Okay. So here fall is just to adhodesha sanyogah ityeva arthah. Patanam ityasya, it is just to touch something which is below, touch a ground which is below. अत्र विश्लेषः न विवक्ष्यते. यदा वृक्षात् इति पञ्चमी अपादानम् उच्यते तदा विश्लेषः. There should be a separation, physical or mental. I mean, there should be separation which is involved. But here there is no separation. It is still attached to its branch and it is touching the ground. So idanim षष्ठी प्रयोगः वृक्षस्य पर्णं पतति इति सम्बन्धमात्र विवक्षायां षष्ठी भवति. विश्लेषः अत्र न विवक्षितः. Avadhitvapi na vivakshitam. That is also possible. Vrikshasya patram patati, so vrikshasya patram hastat patati ityapi bhavitum arhati. You have it in your hand, so it falls. So that is also a vivaksha, which is possible. Okay. So hastat patati, these leaves falls from somewhere. Tasmin arthe vrikshasya paranam, vriksha sambandhi paranam ityeva arthaha. So that is also a possible context. I mean, you will know what is the actual vivaksha only from context. Satyam dasya vivakshayam api vrikshasya paranam patati iti prayogah bhavitum arhati. Okay, it is not falling from the tree. It might be from somewhere else, but it is related to the tree. So there is no avadhitva. That is the intention. Okay. So I think we will stop here. My daughter is crying since an hour. So we'll continue in the next class, which is next Monday. Okay. Any questions? येनाक्षरसमां नामधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य चतुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected.